right. So, Dimitri, tell me about your journey as an entrepreneur on this podcast. We're wanting to get to the heart of how you became who you are.
I've always been an entrepreneur. You know, my father was in the restaurant business growing up, and
Where at?
here in Baltimore.
Sure.
And then
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Baltimore.
The city or a suburb?
Suburbs.
Nice. Around here? Of course, we're recording right now at Venture X Studios in Columbia, Maryland. This is a beautiful facility.
I grew up in Catonsville.
Okay. So the west side, not too far from here.
Yeah.
And
I went to college,
Sure.
you know, electrical engineering. I worked as an engineer for a while, and I went and got my MBA. You know, worked in the business environment for quite a while, but all the time I always wanted to kind of do my own business. So, yeah. And then, you know, I tried to raise some capital for a few companies, but then eventually got hired into a startup, and I got, you know, a pretty decent sort of piece of it.
Okay.
And then, so I was involved in that, and then I left that and started my own business. Back in 2013, we went for about 10 years, had a really good exit from that.
How many companies have you exited?
As a principal, 2.
Got it. Okay. And were these small businesses at the time? Are you a small business champion? Is that kind of what you're trying to do here at Venture X?
Yeah.
So why did you pick Venture X? Why is it important to you to kind of give back with the success that you've had as a small business owner and entrepreneur? Why was it important for you to open up this Venture X location in Howard County, Maryland? And what do you hope to do with it?
I mean, at the end of the day, I am investing in small businesses by building this place, right? I'm, you know, preparing it for small businesses of the future. That want to come into this space. You know, for the most part, you know, for small businesses, they're, you know, relegated to kind of cheap and dirty office space, right? And now they have an opportunity to come into a Class A office environment and also be in proximity with lots of other entrepreneurs that are kind of in the same boat.
Got it.
And, you know, meet and greet each other and hopefully even, you know, partner together, that kind of thing.
Very cool. And tell me more about your dad. He was a business owner himself. Did you learn what you know now through him? What was it like growing up as the son of an entrepreneur?
Well, he was a hard worker. You know, he worked, you know, pretty much 24/7, I would say, in the businesses. And so I have my work ethic from him. But at the end of the day, you know, I can't say that I necessarily learned the business from him, but he was, you know, he's quite conservative, if you will, as an immigrant coming to it. And I do tend to run my businesses relatively conservatively, I would say. But I would say most of my business acumen has been, you know, number one from my MBA, and then from just having my startup that, you know, grew pretty well. You know, we had 110 employees, had offices in other countries.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you lend yourself an ear to any of these young entrepreneurs out here? If they pick your brain on some knowledge or some questions, I know that could be an invaluable value add for people that rent office space here.
I do often chime in to their thought process because a lot of people kind of come in, they're thinking about, okay, today I'm spending $700 and now you're asking me to spend $850, you know, and I'm like, well, you know, you need to picture where are you going to be a year from now? Where are you going to be 5 years from now? And start getting there.
Got it.
Essentially, like getting yourself there. So with a lot of people in the space, I sort of say, you know, what do you envision for your business? Is it going to grow? Is it going to expand, et cetera? So start that expansion now so that you're basically making space for the expansion.
What an important value add for people that might be interested in leasing space here at the Venture X environment here in Columbia. And of course, it has its own podcast studio, which is what we are utilizing right now to record. Take advantage of that amazing resource. Dimitri, I'll give you the final word. How can people learn more if they're interested in Venture X?
Well, look us up online or even stop by the office anytime.
Awesome.
So we're here every day, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Nice.
And we'd love to give you a tour and also even show you how our podcast studio works.
Absolutely. That's Venture X in Columbia, Maryland. Dimitri.
Thank you. Thank you, Casey.